Hello and welcome back. Fresh off of spring break, we're here for some Rocket League action. My name is Ariz.
And I'm Nathan, and today's particularly exciting as we have the Rocket League Academy team on stream today.
That's right, Nathan. Continue on with Academy Week here at University of Maryland Esports. We're here for an exciting best-of-5 series of Rocket League, but not before a rundown of the game and an interview with Grog.
Yeah, I know we're all excited for a big-time matchup tonight, but before we get into that action, let's go over the rules of your typical Rocket League match. If you've never played the game before, Rocket League is a fast-paced, high-octane version of soccer where cars flip, dive, and perform tricks in midair in order to evade the opposing team and put the ball in the goal.
Our match tonight will be an Academy matchup against Tiffin University, who boasts a 3-3 record on the season. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Thus far, the Academy Terps are 1-5 on the year, and with this being the last match of the season, today will be all about them trying to end it all on a strong note.
Absolutely, Nathan. Finishing strong is always important, no matter how the season may have gone. And now we'll keep it moving because it's time for us to introduce you to the 2026 Terps Rocket League Academy roster.
Absolutely. First up, we have Fruck. Fruck is his name, and mechanical engineering is his game. He'd be inclined to tell you his game is Rocket League, though, as he boasts a very impressive rank of Grand Champion 3.
Next, we have JD Knight. Currently, he is getting his master's degree in computer science, but that's not the only thing he is a master at, though. Achieving Grand Champion 3 consists of mastering all the mechanics in Rocket League.
And last but not least, we have Grog. He's an aerospace engineering major. Grog is a dog for sure, also a Grand Champion 3 on the field. He isn't just hitting aerials, he's applying his aerospace major to calculate the exact trajectory and orbital mechanics of every touch.
And here to answer a few questions, we've got Grog. Hey Grog, thanks for joining us. What did you do during spring break?
I had a busy semester, so I just decided to stay home, just reset, get ready for the latter half.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely, and I'm including everyone in this, studio, we all did some sort of relaxing. Now, are you guys excited about being on the stream for Academy Week?
Yeah, of course. It's a great opportunity. I think we're also pretty stoked to play. Yeah.
Yeah, we're also excited to showcase all of our Academy teams during this week. Now, what's your favorite warm-up before the game and why?
Typically I'll just go into training and after that maybe play casual 1v1. But, sometimes I'll, warm up my hands by playing an FPS. I don't know if you remember back in the day if you played Roblox. There's Phantom Forces. It's still kicking.
Hey, whatever gets it done, whether it's Roblox or FPS. Now, which professor on campus do you think would actually be secretly cracked at this game?
I would say Professor Silba.
Professor Silba, great guy, and I definitely can see it. Now, finally, how many goals are you trying to score in this upcoming series?
All of them.
All of them. There we go. And that concludes our pre-show for this Rocket League match. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, my name is Teddy Zielkowski. I am a 2022 graduate at the University of Maryland with a degree of Bachelor's of Landscape Architecture, and right now I am a Terps Rocket League coach. Yeah, I think one of the biggest factors of why they invited me to be the coach for the Rocket League team was that I played a lot and I was actually the Rocket League president of the club. I played for the collegiate team before Terps Esports was a program. So I was a huge person in this community for Rocket League. So they really wanted someone who was kind of like a cornerstone that built this community to come back and be the coach. The most important thing about my role would be just getting to know all the different players in the team. Everyone has different lifestyles, they have different play styles, so you really got to just get to know every single person so that you can help kind of connect them all together so they can play well on and off the pitch. My favorite part would just be seeing their improvements throughout the entire season. I mean, you start out and everyone's a bit awkward, everyone's kind of shy as well. And I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together. Everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. So it's really fun just seeing, and they're also just getting better at the game too. So we're excited just to see them play better as well. I like the program. I like the direction it's going. There's obviously so much more work to do and figuring everything out. But I really like the direction we're going, and I think just the more time that we're working to grow the program, the more we're going to learn how to just be better as a program. I think one of the things that I really want to keep improving upon for like Terps Esports is just building a bigger community for all the games. So the Rocket League community has a really big community over in the club side. So it was really nice to see more people just like bonding together. People are just, instead of just seeing as like practices as being like a forced mandatory thing, people are like reaching out to each other and like they really want to play proactively with each other, and they're becoming friends as well. So it's not even like a team and we're just teammates and that's it, but it's more like we're staying up till like 2, 3 a.m. playing because we're having fun playing, and that's also helping them get better as well. So it like increases their like chemistry together and like just playing together as well, and they can handle losses better when they're a team and they're friends. So that's like a really good part about just building this community. I think one of the biggest things is just creating like a welcoming space for like beginners, and just like having it just be really welcoming, all skill levels included. So that's something that we can try and do, and just create more diversity in the esports scene, just have more opportunities for other people to come, and maybe they're prodigies at a certain game or something. So when more people are playing the game and just creating more noise, then it's awesome for more people to just keep coming. It's almost like a trend.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are excited for some Rocket League action. At least I know I am. What about you?
I am so excited. I mean, over spring break, we did have a tournament for our premier roster, and I was able to tune in, but wasn't able to watch it all. But every night I woke up, every day I woke up, every morning I'm like, I just can't wait till Tuesday to the 24th when I get back into the studio to broadcast in Rocket League.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to be here, and I was here yesterday, and it's important to remember that it is Academy Week right now as we get into the game right now, but it is Academy Week. All week we will be seeing the Academy teams play in every game, Overwatch, Valorant, and yesterday we saw League. So this is our Academy Rocket League team playing right now, which we don't get to see often.
Yes, not at all. And this is what we're deprived of.
Yeah.
Grog, early goal, 12 seconds in. Beautiful pass from JD Knight. That's just a great way to start off this game against Tiffin University, which is in Ohio.
Yeah, just slots it home. Very, very easy. Nice and easy. There's really not much else to say. Off the kickoff, just gets it right in. A good pass, like you said, off the wall. And it's light work right there, as that is a good little bit of a clearance right there coming out from Grog. And, I mean, this one looks like it's going to be shaping up to be a good one. You know, we only have one series tonight, but you know the guys in there are going to be trying to make it a good one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just nailed it right there. We are 1-5 on the series right now, and Tiffin is 3-3. But I mean, with this strong start, let's hope Maryland's able to win this series and make their overall record 2-5.
For sure, and right now the game is a little bit topsy-turvy. Nothing really happening, but that is a good shot attempt coming out from Mosey. Better save coming out from Grog. That is a miss on the clearance from Fruck. A lot happening, at least in this early frame, this early 1 minute. But other than that, I mean, what are you excited to see today?
I don't know. I was excited to see that go into the goal, but again, Grog actually, wait, I will answer that question soon. Grog did mention he's trying to score all the goals in that pregame interview, and so far he has 100% nailed it on the dot, but let's see if Fruk's able to score that. No, he isn't. But overall, going back to your question, what am I excited to see? I want to see more of these Academy players. They are all Grand Champion 3, and that is very difficult to achieve because personally, I've only peaked at Champ 2. Wish I could get Grand Champ 3, but I just want to see how this team plays. I want to see how their Academy, how the Academy play style plays, and how it kind of differs to Premier. I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, for sure. And don't let the Academy tag fool you. Like you said, and like we said in the pre-show, these guys are all Grand Champion 3, which is just one rank off of the highest ranked Supersonic Legend. So these guys are nothing to be played with. Sometimes sometimes maybe the academy tag might mislead some people, misconstrue. And I mean, these guys are definitely very, very good at the game. I only peaked Plat, so you even have me beat, but they have all of us beat, as this is a dangerous opportunity right now, but a good clearance coming out. And it looks like Tiffin want to keep the pressure up, but again, another good clearance. A lot happening this early on.
Yeah, and Mystic Thick, nice, interesting name. He almost did get that Psycho, that little redirect off the side, but there one of our players was there, and now there's Grog on the other end. Will he get anything done? But no, there's Mystic Thick also on the other end to save that shot.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, early on, Maryland got the goal, but a lot of the game has taken place in their own half. Right now, Frook with an opportunity will not have enough boost to get up there, just a little bit too late. And yeah, a lot of pressure in the Maryland half right now. It looks like right now they're going to be trying to flip the script, so to say, as they have the ball in Tiffin's half. What will they do with it? Not much, because that is a great shot attempt on goal, and that will be in. A cross field goal coming out from Mystic Thick. Like you said, he's been kind of everywhere. An interesting name, to say the least.
Interesting to say, just like that goal right there. I mean, his tag is a retirement home, so I don't know what he's doing on Rocket League. But nonetheless, Mystic Thick, that was a great goal. Beautiful placement and beautiful power just to slot that in. Now it's 1-1, 221. I haven't been BMGT 221 accounting too, but not trying to distract the fact that we just got a beautiful save. There's Grog. He doesn't want to. He wants to score all the goals and get all the saves.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And obviously, you never want to go down, or you never want to concede a goal as they did. But they already had the one from early on, and they're going to be trying to build off of that. Maybe lost a little bit of momentum. We know momentum is pretty important in Rocket League, as there is an interesting attempt coming out from Fruck. Just does not get to the ball fast enough. But momentum is very important, and Tiffin might be able to build on it if they're able to get anything going. But Maryland are sure to want to try and shut that down.
Yeah, what I've noticed so far in this game is I feel like when Maryland get the ball, because of how much defense they've played entirely, there needs to be a bit more strategy in the game. Like, I mean, I like this attempt right here, and Grog nearly finished it right there, but there just needs to be a bit more playing and team chemistry that just feels like they need to take their time with these attempts, but also make sure what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It does look like there's a little bit of ball chasing maybe, as that is a great attempt on goal, and JD Knight will be there to finish it off. Grog setting it up perfectly. JD Knight just being in the right place at the right time. He even set up the pass for the shot. Didn't get home on the first attempt, but that is an easy tap in. Maryland goes up 2-1 pretty easily, I'd say.
Pretty easily, yeah. Right there when I was talking about a little team chemistry, like they could work on that. That was a beautiful, great goal by Grog. JD Knight from a beautiful assist from Grog.
Yeah, good angle, and that is a good angle right there as he tries to put it on goal. Will not be enough. Too sharp of an angle. Great attempt, but, I mean, sometimes those goals feel a little bit impossible when you're right above the net like that.
Yes, exactly. Very difficult angle, because if you've ever played Rocket League, you know how it's all about angles, as that just nearly goes in. But there's Fruck on the other side. Let's see what he can do right there. And now it's going to go back into Mystic Thick. Is he up in the air? Yes, he is. And is that shot going to go in? No, it won't, because Fruck is able to save that.
Great save, always being there at the right time. It does look like the Terps are settling in more and more to this game as it goes on, obviously with the 2-1 lead, but right now they're applying some pressure. Mosey has been in an uncomfortable spot with the ball all throughout the field, but that is a good two demos coming out from Tiffin, but a great job by, I didn't even see who it was. I think it was JD Knight to get in the way of the ball to make sure that nothing was able to be scored off of that.
Yeah, and let's hope with these last 13 seconds, this stays in, Tiffin's half, as that almost goes in. Fruck so close, but he hits the crossbar. But now, what will Crib be able to do with his little boost? He's out of boost. He wants to pass the assist, but there's JD Knight with a big clear.
Yeah, right now, the ball is still in the air, and if you're new to Rocket League, the game will not end until the ball hits the ground. So Maryland want this ball to hit the ground. They want the game to be over because they have the lead, but Tiffin do not want to go so easily, as that will just get off of the floor. It looked like it might have hit the wall there for a second. Hits off of the floor, and that is an easy, very, very smooth sailing game one for Maryland to go up.
Yeah, definitely smooth sailing. I mean, if you want to analyze that game quickly, just more goals really, and defense. Yes, they were a lot of pressure was applied, but Maryland did stand their ground and didn't let many goals go in. Just one goal.
For sure, and a bit early on, other than obviously the very, very early goal, early on it looked like they were a little bit uncomfortable in that game, ours, but I think as time went on, they got more comfortable. Obviously, we know they do warm-ups in there, but nothing's going to compare to really playing the game, you know what I mean? And I think they settled in throughout those first 2.5, 3 minutes, and that's when they really turned it on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They definitely adjusted to the game style and the also play style of Tiffin, the Dragons. That's what their mascot is. But yeah, they adjusted to all the Dragons on the field, and they knew how to definitely do the job.
Yeah, for sure. Academy Week kicked off pretty well yesterday with a decisive victory from the League of Legends Academy team, and today that is a pretty good victory coming out from the Rocket League team as Game 2 gets underway. Maybe a quick series today is in store for us. We're not too sure yet. Obviously, there are 3 games that have to be won, as that is a good clearance coming out from Mosey, but the pressure is not over as Fruck and Grog are trying to make something happen together with each other across the field. JD Knight puts a shot on goal, but that is a good save, good clearance from Mystic Thick. The action is not over yet, though. Crib is trying to get it out. The pressure is staying mounted, Aras.
Yeah, right there you can see that this pressure earlier on in the game, about 10 seconds ago, they, Tiffin did overcommit, and now the pressure's going towards Maryland's way, or Tiffin's way, but that is a great clear from Fruck. Let's see what's able to happen right here. There's JD Knight. He's chasing after it. He picks up the boost. He pinches it, lobs it up to himself, gets beat by Crib, unfortunately, but there's Grog to fake out another player. Now Fruck's the last man back.
Yeah, Crib tried to get something going there. Fruck was the last man back, but he was not weak in his defense. He was a stalwart in the back line. He did not want to let anything through, and let anything through he did not at the end of the day, but right now Crib is trying to put a shot on goal, and right now that is a great double tap off of the wall. Really, really hard to defend as the person in the Maryland net did not get to touch it. Crib kind of had an open net here at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was a weird angle from Grog. He thought it was going to go a bit higher, but in reality, it hit the crossbar, hit a bit over, and he wasn't able to tap that. But I want to go back to that. Mystic Thick had a beautiful back pass to the person who scored, and that was what it was able to set up that goal, and that's what I want to see from Maryland.
We keep saying his name, maybe a little bit unfortunately, Aras, but we keep saying his name because Mystic Thick has been kind of all over the field, making plays all game in these last two games in the series, as that is a weak shot attempt on goal. But that is a second chance opportunity coming out from JD Knight off of the save, and what an opportunity it was as he strikes home to tie the game up very early on, only a minute and a half in.
Yeah, you were just talking about how we were unfortunately saying Mystic Thick's name so much, but there he had a very, essentially a pass. He just passed, he assisted the first goal and now the second goal, but not for the team he wanted. But yes, that we were able to counteract that pass right there, and that was beautiful.
Just put it home. It was very clinical stuff as the pass, I believe, came from Grog. JD Knight found himself in the perfect spot as Fruck just found himself in the perfect spot to clear that one. But yeah, perfect spot, perfect opportunity, and good rotations coming out from the guys very early on in this game too.
Yeah, and then JD Knight, he wants to lob it up right here. He wasn't able to get the perfect pass to Grog, but now there's Grog seeing what he can do. There's JD Knight. Will he get the double touch? Yes, he will. That is what I mean when I say he is a master at the mechanics of Rocket League. That is our CS Masters major right there.
A lapse in defense. Crib looked uncomfortable. He didn't look like he knew what he was doing on that shot. Just in a bad spot, and someone else was in the goal as well, but the shot was so nice that it looked like he duped them all. It was just an easy kind of double tap to put it away.
Yeah, definitely. And there's Crib. He gets a 50 with Fruck. It goes our way. Mosey misses it. JD Knight's the last man back. He's waiting for the boost. He gets the nice lob he wants, but unable to do anything from that angle. And now he rotates mid. Now what will we do, Grog? Crib passes it down. Fruck's over there. And now Mystic Thick lobs it up.
Yeah, for sure, right there. Mystic Thick tried to start that whole movement off with a pinch off the wall, but we had a player there, and he got in the way of the pinch, and that is what kind of set up the rest of this whole play, as that's a decent attempt on goal, and that one is going up right now as well, but a good 50 coming out from Mystic Thick, and a good shot, but just a little bit off the mark from Grog. A lot happening in Maryland's favor right now, a lot of pressure mounting. Tiffin are going to have to try and use this opportunity to dismount all that pressure, but it does not look like they'll be able to.
Yeah, Mosey was demoed. Great demo from our side right there. Now, Mystic Thick taking all the time in the world because he has 0 boost. JD Knight bumps him. Now, Crib up in the air. What will he do from there? Not much. Goes for the demo. Misses the demo, but it kind of scares Grog as he tries to go for a flip reset. Gets a soft touch, but at the end of the day, just ultimately lobs up Mosey right there for a goal. And now it's 2-2.
Yeah, Grog Grog in an unfortunate spot. Maybe he should have been satisfied to just try and hit that one away, because on the flip reset, he did not get enough power to clear it. And basically how one of the previous goals went, and that is a good kickoff coming out from Maryland, but as one of the previous goals for Maryland went, it looked like he kind of passed it to the Tiffin player, and he kind of just slotted it home.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of passing in between, from both sides, between both sides, if you know what I mean. And now let's see what he can do right there. He goes for the ceiling. No, he goes for the little 50. Gets the 50. Not necessarily, actually. But now there's Grog in the corner with 0 boost. What will he do? He wants to pass it down. Gets the 50. Now there's JD Knight. He has a nice lob up. Now he tries to fake the flip reset, but not able to do so. And now Maryland still applying pressure. Will that go in? Yes, it will. Great team play right there.
I mean, yeah, everybody, every single Terrapin touched the ball on this play, on this movement. Everyone got a little piece of it. A good 50 coming out from, I believe it was Grog. And, I mean, just a good play all around. They slotted it home. Good team play, as you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. And now with a 3-2 lead, you really want to keep this up. I'm curious to see if Maryland plays a bit more defensive or keeps on with on the accelerator.
Yeah, right there. That was a decent shot attempt coming out from Tiffin, but it was not on the mark as it went right above the post. But, I mean, right now, Maryland will try to make the best of that opportunity with a good save coming out from Cribb. Unfortunate as it is for Maryland, but you have to give that credit there.
Yeah, and now right here, with 40 seconds left, game is counting down. Let's see if we're able to score one more goal. Just not able to score from that angle. But now there's Cribb, lobbed up. Mosey's setting himself up, but Grog beats everyone. Will Mystic Thick get a touch on it? No, he won't. And now, let's see, Mosey right there. A bit of awkwardness on Maryland, but now there's Grog. Gets beat by Mystic Thick. Will he score right here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, right now Maryland needs to get the ball out of their half. They need to get rid of the threat of Tiffin trying to tie it up. And right now, that is a good play from Grog. He's low on boost. He's trying to get it out, and that is a good pinch coming out from JD Knight against the wall. Will it be enough to end this one? Fruck in the air to put that one on goal. I don't know if it'll be home, but right now the ball is in a bad spot for Tiffin. They need to get back on it, but that is a good hit from, I believe that was JD Knight to end it off. And what a game for Game 2. This is a pretty decisive first 2 games for Maryland right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is great. You can definitely see Maryland has upped their game. The Maryland Academy team has definitely upped their game in the entire series so far, as now we are up 2-0 against a team that is 3-3. But now the real question is, will we go 3-0 in this series?
I mean, we hope so. Obviously, as casters and maybe the observers would like to see an entertaining game, and of course that makes sense, but you can tell that the guys in there definitely want to get this one said and done with, because sometimes the stress of having these long series is a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a long series. I like to watch more Rocket League, but again, everyone's had a long day. But nonetheless, we are about to go into the next game. Terrapins versus, who would win, a turtle or a dragon?
Oh, man. I hate to say it, Aras. I don't even want to say it, but you can kind of pick it up.
Yeah, and I am picking up what you're putting down, but I don't know. This is an exception, as these turtles might go on and sweep the Dragons.
Yeah, they've been looking great in these first 2 games. They've been making the mid-game adjustments that we need to see out of them, as Game 3 is set to begin imminently. But yeah, they've been making the adjustments, and it does not look like they've been having too much of a problem. Every time Tiffin scores, they get one right back.
Yeah, and Cribb lobs it up. Just for our own player, Fruck. What does he do? Passes it to the side. What does he do? JD Knight, I think that's a nice, interesting touch, but ultimately it goes back into our half as we are able to rotate and begin a new attack.
Yeah, it just looked like he tried to dump it in there into the Tiffin end of the field. Just trying to dump it in, maybe get a little bit of tempo back, get the boost, make sure everyone is set up. But that is a good touch off the ceiling from JD Knight to get it to Fruck. Maybe tried to clear it into the Tiffin side once again, did not get there, but JD Knight is trying to start a movement up the field right now.
Yeah, and now that's a strong clear, maybe an assist. I don't know. There's Fruck. He passes up in the air. Everyone misses it. Fruck doesn't get the touch he wants. Now there's JD Knight. The goal is open. The goal is open. Yes, it is. There's Fruck to finish that goal right there.
And watch JD Knight's movement on this one. He is tracking. He is trailing the ball, but he sees Fruck coming up, and he just knows he's going to put it home, so he lets it go, leaves it be, leaves the glory to Fruck. Good team play coming out there. Good pass from JD Knight, and a good job to be there to put it home from Fruck.
Yeah, JD Knight, great game awareness right there as he sees his teammate, and he gives him the goal. I mean, JD Knight definitely could have scored that, but that's one thing that I like to see from this Maryland squad.
Yeah, for sure. Even though they are the academy, they aren't on the stream much. They still play with each other a lot, as they know each other. They have good chemistry in there. And we've been seeing it in these first 2 games. After that, that bit of a slow start in that first game, they've been playing pretty well as a team, I'd say.
Yeah, and if these results do end up like this, Maryland will win the series 3-0.
Yeah, good save coming out from Mystic Thick on a good shot attempt from JD Knight, just not fast enough. Mystic Thick was there, and we haven't really been calling his name too much recently as much as we were doing in the first 2 games, but he has definitely been a force across the field.
Yeah, but I do think what you said, that we haven't mentioned his name as much because Maryland's doing a good job shutting him down in these last couple of minutes that we've seen across all games.
Yeah, for sure. Maryland looks like they need to be a little bit better with boost control because a couple of times this series I've seen Maryland just run out of boost right off of the wall. A little bit unfortunate, but definitely something that they could work on. I mean, right there, they don't need to work on much because that is a great setup and a great goal for JD Knight to go up 2-0. I mean, right now, as you were saying, if this result stands, this would be a quick 3-0 sweep in the side of the Maryland Academy Rocket League roster.
I have to attribute that goal to Lightning McQueen because his player banner is Lightning McQueen. Cars, what can I say? Cars. He loves Cars. His favorite movie, I actually did hear, was Cars, and that lives up to why he's indulged in why he's on this academy team. And as we have seen so far, he's playing great. He shows why he deserves and is on the academy roster. And let's see if he's able to get a second goal and gets 3 goals and assists because he's had 1 assist and 1 goal so far.
Ars, I heard your favorite movie was Cars too, right?
How do you know, man? How do you know?
We had a little bit of a conversation about that a couple weeks ago, but nonetheless, we are still in the Rocket League action. The Rocket League madness is a good save coming out from Fruck and good move from Grog there to clear it out. Right now, Maryland are looking a little bit on the defensive side. They don't mind too much, but that is a good pass to Fruck. Tries to put it on goal, misses. But right now, Maryland just need to hold this lead for 2 more minutes.
Yeah, and Mystic Thick, he wants to start an attack right here. Will he be able to fully orchestrate it? He plays it over Grog. Crib goes for it, but JD Knight there in the right place at the right time. He gets the save and keeps the scoreline 2-0.
Yeah, the Terps were not in a good spot there as all 3 Tiffin players were up for that attack. But right now, that is a good attempt by JD Knight. It looked like he just went up for the 50, but he ended up getting a whole goal as he goes up, gets that one, makes the lead 3-0. Yeah, maybe not a 50. It looked like he knew he would be there quicker. And I mean, that's just an easy goal cross field to make the lead 3. And now it's looking harder and harder for Tiffin by the minute.
Yeah, and look at JD Knight right there. You can see his face on the left. He's just calm and composed. It's just any other Tuesday night for him, quite frankly.
For sure. These guys look locked in, but they, especially in these last couple goals, they've looked like they've been having some fun as they know this series might come to an end very quickly, but they do not want to get careless. They don't want to get just lazy in these last minute and a half because anything can happen in Rocket League. We've seen it before, Ars.
Yeah, and there, will we concede right there? No, we won't, but that was a great cross from Tiffin. I do have to give him that, but now there's Grog. He has 60 boost. Gets the 50, doesn't get the 50 he wants. Now there's JD Knight with 0 boost. As you mentioned, a little lack of boost control maybe, but now will we save that? Yes, we will. I don't know if that was going in, but again, good instincts from Grog to save potentially a goal.
Just gets it out, just clears it, because right now all Maryland need to do is be safe. Obviously, a goal would be good. A good defense may sometimes mean a good offense, Ars, but right now they just need to play safe and they need to play sound for this last 45 seconds to close out this series 3-0.
Yeah, you can definitely see right here, Tiffin is very, very attack heavy, and that's why we've scored so many goals so far in this game because of how attack heavy they are. And they do have to be attack heavy because they can't just play defense and sit in their own half because they won't score any goals. And speaking of scoring no goals, it seems very likely that we might score another goal right here. Yes, we will. No! We were so close. But again, Tiffin, 3 goals in 10 seconds almost. It seems very unlikely, and it might go Maryland's way. It might. When I say might, I mean it. 95% sure I will go Maryland's way.
Yeah, might is a bit of an understatement there, Aras, as ever, as that is a clean 3-0 series win for the Maryland Terrapins. What a set of games we just watched, Aras. Maybe at the first minute and a half, were looking a little bit rough for Maryland in game 1, but the rest of the 13 and a half minutes were just smooth sailing, clean Rocket League coming out from Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland did a great job adjusting their game strategy to Tiffin's play style as we were able to come up with a 3-0 sweep. That is huge for Maryland as they close out their series with that match.
Pretty much closed it out with ease. A very, very quick in and out kind of series. That's what you like to see if you're in there playing, low stress, just chilling, having a good time playing Rocket League with the guys. And of course they get a win out of it. You could tell they had a good time. We saw the player cams. We saw how locked in they were. They had a good time in these last few games, and that's a pretty quick stream for us, ours.
That is a very quick stream. This might be the record for me personally of the quickest stream I've ever broadcasted. I wish I could stay here longer though.
For sure. And before we go, we would like to talk about Academy Week, as today we did see Rocket League Academy coming out to play in the studio. And obviously we had League Academy coming in yesterday, but in the next 2 days we will have Valorant and Overwatch Academy teams coming in, which they don't really get to play on stream too much. So it's super exciting, and we love that we're able to have these kinds of events for our Academy players to get some more spotlight on them.
Yeah, definitely. We are looking forward to all of you viewers watching those 2 streams coming up. We are happy you tuned in, and unfortunately that will be the end of the stream. But before we do end this off, I do have to give a huge thank you to our sponsors. I want to thank Philip Merrill College of Journalism. That is the building we are currently in. They allow us to use this studio, and without them, this wouldn't be possible. Speaking of not being possible without Recwell is the people who allow us to have this esports program. They created the esports program for us, and now all we have to do is just keep driving the car, if you know what I mean. And finally, I do have to give a great and huge thank you to Playwire. Without Playwire, I don't know where I'd be in life.
I don't know if we'd have these competitions, if we'd have this competitiveness in the studio without all of our sponsors. So thank you very much. And unless you have something else to say, I think we're going to be signing off, ours.
Yeah, that is it for today. I mean, again, as Nathan had mentioned, please tune into our 2 Overwatch and Valorant streams that we have coming up. But besides that, that's it. I'm Oris.
I'm Nathan.
And have a great rest of your night, guys.